Yeah, that's girls. Hard work.
You're listening to The Chartographers.
You were listening to The Chartographers, music-loving podcast, ranking stuff, you know the thing. You've read the bumper stickers, it's all good. Guys, listen, we just went ahead and we did our Kendrick Lamar episode. We had a ranking where time just got by us. We were just in it. We were in the moments. Oh my god. It was kind of...
It went by so fast.
I was kind of amazed how, because we were just... I felt like I was in the Kendrick Lamar album. That's how detailed and in-depth it was. It was really great. But then
it was about that length.
Yeah, about the length of the Kendrick Lamar album.
But yeah, guys, it's the Happy Hour Minisode. We're done with the rankings, so we just kind of want to have fun. We want to let loose a little bit, just kind of talk about Kendrick-related things as we see fit. And of course, it is me, Evan Sadi. It is co-creator of the podcast, Taran O'Reilly. It is the one, the only Shannon, iRedman, White, Twitch and Twitter, PXG, iRedman, FYI. It's like you like the rapper Redman or something.
Actually, when I was a young kid, you set up this alley-oop and I was like so ready for it. So when I was a young kid, back in my heyday, when I finally rap music was always played in my house. Mm-hmm. Rap music soul. But when I could finally kind of understand the themes and things like that, and at a base level what the rap music was about. I have 3 brothers. Mm-hmm. Me and my brother next to my age. Shout outs to Darnell, Dino, Mr. Know-It-All. Pick up his mixtape. We used to always love posses and crews. So when Lock songs would come on, or, Redman, Method Man, Wu-Tang, we used to always...
Wu-Tang Killer Bees.
And this is, and now I'm probably going to sound like an old man, this is when the box was out.
Yes!
This is when the box was out.
Yes!
So, my grandma...
That's the only other person I've ever heard talk about the box.
Yes.
The only other person I've ever talked about the box is Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Oh,
he talked about, it was a network back in the day, the box. And, that's how you get the videos.
And so,
great, yeah.
So, if you don't know what the box is, if you're listening to this podcast, I don't like you. But for those of us that do know what the box is, we used to sneak and order music videos and stuff like that.
You call in, they would have it was like a catalog on screen. You hit the 3-digit thing, 99 cents.
99 cents.
Music video.
And so we used to always get the duo tracks with Jadakiss and Styles P and the Locks so me and my brother always took roles of the duo. So for Outkast, I was Andre, he was Big Boy. Uh-huh. For Redman, Method Man, I was Redman, he was Method Man. For Raekwon and Ghostface, I was Ghostface, he's Raekwon, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so awesome. I always liked Redman because he was very animated and funny in his verses and things like that. And so that just kind of stuck with me.
Method Man was a little bit more serious.
Yeah, Method Man was a little more serious. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so as I got older and online gaming started to become a thing, I'm not gonna put Shannon White and just play that'd be my online moniker. Yeah. As a kid, it seems a little bit I don't want people knowing my name like that.
Yeah.
And so Redman was just plus red is my favorite color.
Okay.
So it just was
same.
Redman was my favorite rapper when I was a kid, and I liked the color red. So it just stuck with me. Funny fact though, I played a game called SOCOM US Navy SEALs, the Army game.
Yeah.
And Redman was actually one of the people that played the game as well, but I took his name. So sorry. And it just
not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. And then it just kind of stuck with me. Then when Xbox came out, someone else stole Redman, so I put iRedman, iPod, iRedman, and it's just stuck.
It's taken over.
It's just taken over.
Well, speaking of taking over, we gotta do the DJ Khaled thing and take over, and we gotta talk about the one thing that we talk about at the start of every single Happy Hour Mini. So, guys, what's the worst Kendrick Lamar song?
Bravo!
You may not be wrong there. I mean, of course, Shannon said it earlier. I think it's almost like universal Michael Jordan is just such crap.
Yeah.
It is so obnoxiously, obviously bad.
You know what I will say, though? I don't think it's as bad as Barry Bonds by Kanye West.
Wait.
Yeah. Take another hit, Barry Bonds. Off of
do you think that's Kanye's worst song?
I mean, it's damn close. Which is harsh because that's my favorite album from him.
But. Yeah.
I can't. Oh,
Actually, no, I won't say that's Kanye's worst song. I would say Kanye has way more bad songs than Kendrick does.
Oh wait, but so you think Michael Jordan is worse than Barry Bonds, or is close?
No, I'd say it's better.
Oh no!
I think Michael Jordan is better than Barry Bonds.
I actually like Barry Bonds.
Oh, alright.
That bonus track added in after graduation got leaked, yeah.
I actually like Barry Bonds, but as far as Kendrick, I've already explained how much I hate this album.
Yeah,
so.
that's up there. Okay, but now we need to get into a thing, because when it comes to worst best, I think we need to do the extensive, exhaustive discussion about Kendrick Lamar's guest verses. Because listen, here's the thing I love about Kendrick. These albums that he has are like these potent artistic statements, and yet he will take a paycheck any damn day. Oftentimes, he's the best part of a particular guest verse that he drops, but sometimes, it's only kind of okay, you know? Very memorably, he revives Halle Berry Hallelujah for when he was on fucking Problems by A$AP Rocky. There's that one there. He's frequently, whenever there's a remix or anything, he's the best part of that. Mask Off by Future is up there. But then, he does the pop shit, too. I don't remember a lot of his guest verse with Taylor Swift on Bad Blood.
That's because he found that shit in.
Yeah.
He was getting a paycheck.
He got a big paycheck for that.
Because she gave him a huge bump with Backstreet Freestyle.
When her album went #1 and rapped to it on her Instagram. Yeah,
well, and then she also said in an interview that it was her quote-unquote theme song. And I was like, yeah, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's your theme song,
your theme
All
song.
right, Tay.
Still, though, that did get him a lot of exposure very early. So I think that then they had, some respect for each other. And
then he got his
together.
Then he did that fucking Maroon 5 song last year. I don't want to know.
I didn't want to know.
I did
not want to know. They were correct.
Yeah. God, that was shit. And then they did that other song with Future. I'm like, guys, just stop at this point. Please just. Although, you know what? If you want to go ahead and guest on Boomiverse by Big Boy, go ahead.
The thing is, they're not going to stop, though, because they keep having top 10 singles.
Yeah. I mean, they're a pop group at this point.
Yeah.
But that's its own thing. But yeah, so there's that. Every once in a while, I kind of like what he did with Sia on The Greatest. Then of course it was weird though. One of the other ones I brought up.
I forgot he had a remix of that.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Hey, I am the truth. Hey. And then there was the other. Then of course recently I brought up, and we had this discussion, Shannon, you and I, about The Game, because The Game, he was also an Aftermath artist, and he actually was. I didn't even realize he gave Kendrick some of his earliest features ever on his albums there. So I listened to The City. By The Game, and man, here's the thing. Guess what?
I'm
The
Game.
You're not. You kind of suck. The Game. Let's just be real. When he talks about how talk about hardest MCs, I'm in the top 10. Actually, make it top 5. I'm like, you're not in the top 5, dude.
I feel like The Game can rap, but Complex actually had a funny article where it says The Game has rapped the same verse for the past decade, and they showed all these examples of where he pretty much said the exact same thing just on a different song. So it's weird to I don't know why he was yelling on that song the whole time.
Yeah,
I don't get I don't know artistically what point it was trying to prove, but it missed completely. It was far left. Nowhere near the plate, but Kendrick's verse and his hook, it's weird. It's even though I feel like The Game did not do good on that song, I found myself listening to that song a whole lot just because Kendrick's verse on there was just
Yeah. Actually, I do legitimately have a worse candidate, which is when he was on The Love Game, the Game of Love, whatever that fucking song off the Marshall Mathers LP2, that one he did with Eminem.
I didn't like that beat.
Yeah, it was a terrible beat. This is weird, listen, Eminem and Kendrick getting together, great, for this weird, goofy, poppy little fucking thing. That's why I gotta put on the siren right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just, in terms of best, though, and I started this discussion kind of talking about it and completely fucking forgot. Remember when Control came out? Oh man. Now, the thing is that we talk about, I think it's because that came out right after Good Kid, Mad City came out, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a verse that was for Jay Sean.
For Big Sean.
Big Sean, sorry. I get the Seans mixed up.
It's fine.
It's a thing. Yeah, no, they haven't
They look
corrected me.
exactly alike. It's okay.
Wasn't Jay Sean that guy who sang
The singer,
Down?
The singer from Young Money.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Cash Money.
Yeah, one of the monies.
Dirty
yeah.
Money?
No, it was Dirty Money.
Yeah, okay. Let's get our money
Dirty
straight,
money.
okay? We're going to be a financial planner and get our money straight.
Young Moolah, baby.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Control verse, for those who don't know, that was going to be coming off of Big Sean's album, but it didn't make it due to sample clearances. It was him and Jay Electronica as well. It is one of the shittiest beats I've ever heard. It is this atonal, grinding, grating, yelling fucking thing. But then Kendrick brought the fucking game. Like, it's a 6-minute song, and he's got like 3 minutes of verse on here.
Yeah.
Where he just calls out everyone by name. Even Jay Electronica, who comes on after him in that verse.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And like, this is the thing with Control. Now, and granted, and I know it seems like he's calling people out.
Mm-mm.
I think what it is, which is so weird why I'm still confused why Drake got sensitive about it, it's him just saying, I respect these rappers, I'm gonna kill you. Like, I'm gonna be better than you because I'm trying to be the GOAT. This is competition, this hip-hop, that's what makes it flourish. That's what makes MCs better. Mm-hmm. But from a technical rapper standpoint, which some people may or may not agree, I feel like Big Sean had a better verse.
Some people say Jay Electron had a better verse.
Jay Electronica had a good verse in my opinion, but the worst placement. Like,
yeah. You can't follow that.
You
can't follow that.
You can't. Like, to have someone try to... Like, it definitely should have been Big Sean, Jay Electronica's verse, then let Kendrick close it out. Because, one, it was the longest verse.
Yeah.
Two, whoever listened to that knew it was the most impactful verse. Like, I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
And three, it's a great way to close it after the two rappers you respect.
Yeah.
You go and following up on them. Like, hey, you guys, but then I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. But the thing about that, though, is that it redefines so much because the one thing you got to respect about Kendrick is that he plays the hip-hop game explicitly. Mm. He doesn't fucking have, like, chains and shit. He doesn't have... He's not talking about his blinged-out lifestyle or anything. Aside from the one song, which I think is one of the greatest, and I can't believe I didn't mention it, Hole Up, off of Section 88.
You know what's funny?
There were a couple songs on Section 88.
No, you know what's funny? I wanted to talk about that song so bad because I love it so much.
I love that song.
I love it so much. But, again, that's when you have, you set this time to discuss these albums, and they're so immersive. Like, we could have literally talked for 1 hour about each album.
Oh, easily.
Easily. Yeah. So sometimes things are missed, but...
And for you premium subscribers, you can hear the bonus extended cut. It's 8 hours long.
Yeah, and I cry a little bit.
Yeah. But it's worth it. Shannon's crying, that's extra, all right?
Yeah. No, we skipped a couple things on that album because, we were 35 minutes in by the time we were like, okay, let's rank these.
Yeah.
But, Hole Up, ADHD are both, fucking tops. ADHD, I love the part during the second verse where he goes into the and it's like he does this a lot, and Evan mentioned earlier today he has one of the best senses of rap hooks.
He makes these little phrases that just stick in your mind.
And he also in a way that I think is becoming more common, but better than most other people will just slip into a melody for a couple lines.
And it'll work.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
And then go back into spoken rapping, but still the cadence of the words. Like when he finds the Yabish, that's such a stupid little hook, but you can't help but repeat it. So ADHD, I feel like, is one of the best examples of that, where those verses are, even the spoken parts are so melodic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love ADHD.
But then, going back to, how he still plays the hip-hop game, because, it's okay, no, that's great, another great section. When he goes live, he's, in a t-shirt, and he has a DJ, and, that's it. He cares about the performance. And let's not forget, it was after Pimp a Butterfly came out, he did that Grammys performance, where he was, shackled up on stage, and there was the fire behind him, and he was just, spitting into the microphone, going at it. And it was a lot of people called it one of the greatest Grammy performances of all time.
I love that performance so much.
Easy. It was so much fire. And, it was just incredible. And then he goes into All Right, and it's just the entire posse's on stage. It was just incredible. He is... And Shannon, he mentioned, when we were off mic, he mentioned that he saw him open up during the Yeezus tour. And was not good.
It wasn't good.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because I thought at that point he was an established performer, so I was a little bit I was excited, oh my god, Kendrick's opening for Kanye.
And it might have just been that stop, but it wasn't after the success of Good Kid, Mad City, you would you expect this fire in his performance and things like that, and just his energy. It just wasn't there. But again, he was opening for Kanye, so it's like it wasn't like it was a Kendrick Lamar tour. It wasn't a Kendrick Lamar experience. It was, rolling with Kanye. And so that probably could have played a part. Now that I think about it, into that too, is like this isn't really even his thing solely, and he was only up there for like 45 minutes. But then I watched like his Grammy performance, and then I watched all of his live television performances, and you watch all this stuff. Even watching Coachella for his Damn release during the release weekend, like he has like matured. He has magicians on stage, acrobatics. Yes, acrobatics. Kung fu things. He has like a big straw hat. Like the Coachella performance was just phenomenal. Yeah. So I can only imagine that when this damn tour kicks off, it's gonna be in that same ilk. So man, he's just grown so much as an artist from then to now.
Didn't he also do that guest verse "No Parties in L.A." off of Live on
Yeah.
That
oh my god! Don't get me started on that album. That was the biggest send off.
Did you listen to our Kanye episode?
No, I did not listen to the episode.
Yeah, don't get me started on
that. The Life of Pablo was just the biggest.
Panda.
I love that song, but like, I can't explain why I like that song.
I didn't like that song until I heard it in a club, and then I was like, oh, okay,
I get it.
Yeah,
right.
I fucking get it.
I think he's getting canting the Babadook. I think that's what he's doing there.
Yeah. But like, what's funny is Kanye actually released that song and the Ty Dolla Sign songs together before To Life of Pablo. And when you heard that Kendrick song with Madlib on production, who's like one of the greatest producers we've ever had, and just to hear that song, you get so excited. You just like, man, I can't wait for this album. Then you get the album, you click on the first song.
It's Ultra Light
Beam. Oh my god.
Chance, holy shit.
Chance, amazing. Then you get to that second song. Oh my god, listen to this Metro Boomin. Oh, Kid Cudi's back. He's rapping. He has an actually good melodic chorus for once. He's one of the worst artists ever, but it did good. and then he starts rapping about the bleached asshole, and you're just like, what just happened?
And the worst part is like beat-wise or like production-wise, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yes,
and that's a garbage verse.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay, Kanye, you've ruined my day. So
yeah, thanks for nothing, Kanye.
Yeah.
I know. All right. So, listen, did we have any other features we want to mention?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if you got a chance to hear it. It's on Ninth Wonder's Dream Merchant 2.
No.
It's with Kendrick Lamar, the guy that did Regulators. I always forget names. I don't know if I'm forgetting names. The guy that did Regulators. Warren G.
Yeah, I was about to say
it was Kendrick Lamar, Warren G, and West Coast artist. He's the one that broke the record for rapping 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, him. I forget his name.
Filling our
and actually, my bad if I forgot your name.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve the
but
rapper.
His verse on that, now mind you, the only reason that happened was because Kendrick Lamar, before he kind of took off, tweeted Ninth Wonder like, "Hey, I love you. I love your music, man. I love your production. I would be blessed to be on one of your verses." And Ninth Wonder pretty much told him, we'll see what we can do, a little bit. And then that's when Kendrick started kind of taking off a little bit. Yeah. So he brought him in and he did his guest verse. And that's definitely top 3 of my favorite Kendrick Lamar features. Because, B-Boys, he completely made everyone in life irrelevant after his verse. Yeah. I don't even know why you would listen to the song anymore after his verse goes on.
Right.
There's no point. And then his guest verse on The Game's not his last album, the documentary 2.
Yeah.
Where they did Erykah Badu's On Me. Or On. It's called On Me.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar has a verse on that. And The Game's verse isn't that bad either. But Kendrick Lamar's verse on there is just like, whew.
Although, wait. We talked about this before we recorded. You did have a nomination for the worst Kendrick verse of all time. Is that one time he worked with a pint-sized little rapper named Bow Wow.
You can tell he wanted that check. He wanted a check. Whatever Bow Wow was offering was enough for him and J-Rock. That song is terrible. I have to say it in another language. Is that the right way you can say it?
Sure.
I don't know. So
that sounded German to me.
I feel like it'd be terrible.
Terrible. Okay, that song was just horrible.
That's Italian.
And I don't know if it's because little Bow Wow was standing too close. So I don't know what it was. But that is... J-Rock did okay. Yeah. But that was just... please, never again.
Yeah.
But that he hasn't had a bad...
Can I toss a question at you?
Yes,
This has nothing to do with anything, but just what's your take on Nicki Minaj? There's
Okay.
a reason I bring it up, actually.
Okay. So, she actually had promise. Like, I actually liked her early on. You know, the work she did leading to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
All that input, and then she just went to shit. Like,
It's weird, though, because two things. One, everyone talks about how her Beat Me Up Scotty mixtape is great. I don't like that. It's kind of all over the place. There's way too much DJ. Exactly. But, Taran pointed out, like, man, isn't it kind of weird how, like, we respect Kendrick for having all these different voices and everything? And remember, that's what Nicki used to do. She had, like, I'm Roman, you know, like, she kind of had all these different crazy, I wish it would, you know, like, all these other weird kind of things that she did. And then she stopped doing that.
And the thing is, that's when we loved her, because
right, exactly.
You can tell that it was an inspiration from Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes was like the first major person to really do that with his voice and stuff like that, and she was good at it. Now she definitely had her cringy moments. So you're just like, that sounded weird.
Right. Well, when she was Roman's mother, that was really the worst part. But it was frustrating for me because like I felt like at least the people that I knew, which maybe is not a good sampling, admittedly. But that was like everyone's complaint about her. Like they liked her, but they were like, "What are these fucking voices she's doing?"
Well, like,
and it's like, why is it like Kendrick can pull that off, Busta can pull that off? Like that's like Eminem's whole thing.
I think
it's not okay when Nicki does it.
I think with Nicki the problem is she tries to do accents. So it's like, when Busta does it or Kendrick does it, they're not doing an accent. They're just changing how their voice sounds.
Yeah.
So whenever you hear someone try to do an accent and it's terrible, it's just like, you might laugh. So it's like her trying to do it during these verses where she's clearly trying to brag.
Yeah.
But it's like you have this weird, goofy British voice that doesn't sound British. It's just like, it's weird. But like, the people that are like true hip-hop heads that are really lyricism and stuff, it still has so much content packed into it before. It was just good. And I think what happened is her verses started getting weaker and she kept doing the voices. And it's like, it's not working. Like, you don't sound cool. Stop
now
it.
She's not even doing the voices in her.
Yeah, now she just stopped and she's just...
She's just Nicki.
Alright, but that being said, I don't think she's going to come up in our next segment where, hey, we talk about it, we're talking about an MC, we've got to do that thing, and it's completely arbitrary, and I definitely don't have it lined up in my mind, so I'm going to just throw some shit out there. But... Top 5 MCs. Top 5 MCs.
The age-old question of many debates.
Now, it's weird, though, because we talked about that complex thing about there's that guy who said, like, you need to put out at least, 3 albums or at least 50, like, classic-sounding tracks or whatever. And by that thing, Notorious B.I.G. wouldn't be on there. And so when I just asked, before we recorded this, I just tossed it to Shannon and be like, top 5 MCs, go. And he actually said Notorious wouldn't fall in his rubric at all.
No.
You want to walk us through that?
Because...
And then I want to hear your top 5.
Right. It's not because he wasn't good. Like, Biggie was great. He gave us 2 back-to-back, like, revered highly in hip-hop, like, masterpieces. Problem is, unfortunately, he died. So it's like...
that puts a stop on a career.
Right. So that puts a stop on things. And to keep putting him based off of where we think he would have been versus what he actually gave us, I think that's unfair to hip-hop in general because so many artists have taken kind of his blueprint or the influence they've received from him and built upon it and have put out great work and great stuff. It's hard to keep putting this person that only has 2 albums ahead of all these artists who may not have a 100% hit rate, but they have 2 albums that are as good and as stellar as that. So, like, we kind of have to let that go. Like, if this was 1998... you can make that argument just based off those 2 albums, but it's 2017, and we've had many amazing hip-hop artists and MCs, and to keep putting him above all these others, it's just like, no. Yeah. He just didn't get the time, but it's not because he wasn't good. It's life.
So your top 5 then?
So my top 5...
Is it ranked or is it just 5?
It's just 5.
That's fine.
Now, this is the thing, and I preface this. You have a top 5 who you think is the greatest of all time, and you have a top 5 favorites. So do you want my favorites or who I think is the greatest of all time? I want to hear... Ooh. Both? Okay. Oh, no, we can do both. Okay. So personal favorites would be... And it's weird because it kind of changes from time to time just because my thoughts change. But Kendrick is definitely in there. Common is in there. Jadakiss is in there.
Classic era Common.
Right. Yeah. Classic era Common. Don't get me started on his last album.
Electric Circus.
I like Electric Circus a little bit. Wait, so I said Common, Kendrick, Jadakiss, Redman, and it's weird because I feel like my pretty much it's weird. I'm a big fan of Lupe, but I'm a big fan of Fonte Little Brother.
Yeah. Also, Lupe put out Bitch Bad, so he's never coming back from that in my mind. Sorry, Lupe.
I actually like Bitch Bad, but I feel like anytime.
Woman good, other rappers better. So, that's my take on it, personally.
I feel like this will lead to a whole other conversation. So I'm just gonna, okay, and I mean, I like Jay-Z, I love Nas, love M, but it would probably be, for me, personal favorite, that fifth spot would have to be between Fonte, Lupe, and even Q. That fifth spot, I'm just gonna say Q-Tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a vibrant thing.
Yeah, it's vibrant. I love Q-Tip.
I've been getting into Q-Tip.
Yeah, I love A Tribe Called Quest. His albums are so underrated. So, like, people don't even know some of them exist, and they're so good. But now, my top 5 greatest of all time, it would have to be Jay-Z. It would have to be Eminem. It would have to be Nas. It would have to be, in my opinion, Kendrick. It has to be him. And then that fifth spot would have to be... And it's where, okay, so even though I would put him as top 5 greatest of all time, personally, I'm not the most ultimate fan. And that would probably be Tupac. Only because as an artist, I can't deny the talent and the themes and messages in the work, even though I don't like Death Row Tupac.
Yeah.
Because even though he had some good conscience and good songs and fighting songs, he had a lot of hate and stuff in his music.
A lot of
that wasn't really
and that's why they call him a bitch. Yeah.
Right. But, Tupac, you can't deny
his influence as a persona, as what he did for what you could do as a rapper.
Yeah.
He's starring in movies, he's doing other
shit. He's just I can't not include him in that. But as a personal, you guys have my personal, but that would probably be my top 5 greatest of all time.
All I'm gonna give you is my favorite. I will say that.
Okay.
Because I think that, especially in terms of influence and technicality, Notorious has to be up there. That kind of goes without saying. I want to say Kendrick, but also that's so recent too. I kind of want to shy away from that a little bit. I do want to say Mr. Liff. Because when I got into rap, I got into the alternative rap, definitive Jux era rap too. So finding Aesop Rock albums was a big deal for me. But yeah, Mr. Liff, fucking I Phantom. That is an album where he starts out waking up from a nightmare and he goes to a job and gets fired from his job, and then at one point, because he got fired from his job, there's an interlude where he has to pay the producer for the beat for the next song, but he only has a 20 or give him a burger. So the next song has the shittiest beat possible, and then it's and it's just terrible. But then and then at that point it then stops, and then it turns into an apocalyptic vision of the world, and everyone dies, and then you have LP and all these other people at the end, at the Horseman of the Apocalypse. That is an album that redefined narrative for me so much. I Phantom, and also that had one of the best Mr. Liff things in talking about worldwide destruction. He just said skyscrapers are vapor, and in 3 lines he just describes that out. And fuck, man, that was good. So, and I didn't love Mr. Liff stuff after as much, but that time especially, I was okay, this is really defined for me. What rap could do as a narrative structure was incredible. So yeah, I would definitely say at least those 2. I want to say LP because he's done so much, but I also just want to call it Run the Jewels as a duo because their interplay and their humor and everything that they do together. And I've liked Killer Mike before, especially his earlier appearances. Whatever he tapped into when he started Run the Jewels, and especially if you go to rap music, the one he did produced by LP prior to that was just amazing. And especially Run the Jewels 2 and 3 at that point.
Yeah, it's just LP has to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rapper producer there is.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I agree, but I didn't know that was...
it honestly... And again, is, because they're more of an underground kind of group still, even though they're big names, LP isn't really known like that to the masses. There's probably people who've never heard an LP verse.
Right.
Stuff like that.
But then they watch the fucking Black Panther trailer and Legend has it on there.
When you look at his track record, even if you just keep the Run the Jewels albums...
Yeah.
And his production, and meshed in with how he's grown as an MC, is just man.
His punchlines are off the fucking
chart. LP is a beast. Run the Jewels is a beast group. I can never be more excited for whenever they drop something new.
Yeah.
They're
they
phenomenal.
do it for free, and they make everything off of merch, and they have the fucking Meow the Jewels album, which is just, insane that they did that.
And I mean, and Killer Mike is just out here crushing it. Like, you heard him on the Big Boy song with Jeezy?
Yeah.
My brother loves that song. So, like, my brother and my niece love that song. So, it's like, I love Run the Jewels. But LP is definitely one of the strongest rappers, producers, period, that, like, we've had.
Yeah, I would say Big Boy legitimately actually would be in mine too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I love Andre, but
You
Big
know
Boy
what?
in terms of consistency.
I actually had this argument the other day, and people were looking at me like I'm crazy. I would rate, and everyone rates Andre 3000 as, like, they never mention Big Boy. They always just rate Andre as one of the best. Like, in top fives, a lot of people have Andre 3000 of all time. But for me, he hasn't put out albums. He does only a lot of guest verses. And I feel like Big Boy is very comparable. And he has the catalog, and he has the ability to take over a track. He can also make the hits. Like, I think Big Boy is better than Andre 3000, but people probably look at me like I'm crazy.
He's not as flashy. He's not as eye-catching, so people don't, like...
Right,
people don't pay as much attention to his verses, even though they are, like,
because they like the artistry and everything of Andre 3000. But we're talking from a pure rapper MC standpoint. I think Big Boy's a better MC than Andre 3000.
My fifth spot, and I only came up with this just now, and no one's ever heard of it, and I don't care. Mike Ladd. He was a guy who started out as a spoken word poet who kind of gradually moved towards like hip hop structures and shapes and things. Put out a couple very interestingly, sonically great albums. But his big thing was that he actually wound up doing this double album project over the course of like a couple years of this indie hip hop collective called the Infesticons. Like underground beats, like a lot of other indie rappers kind of talking about that. And throughout the album, you didn't know what was going on. He just said, "Fuck the Majesticons," because like this is all backpack rap. This is all straight up. And then a couple years later, he put out the Majesticons, this album where all these indie rappers suddenly take on this fucking blinged out personas. And this album that sounds so commercial and so like of the moment. And it's a parody album that actually got too good. Because, like, the parodies, like, I know you're kind of making fun of it. It just sounds like a regular commercial hit. Although LP, he has a verse on one song where it's like, and I pump fists with a Tiffany egg on both wrists. And it's just, like, goofy, absurd, like, they're clearly having fun with it. But the fact that he was able to narratively just change shit like that, like, so much, Mike Ladd gets a shout-out, underground, respected. That's my top 5 favorites, Taran.
Oh, God.
Notorious.
I don't know. Yeah, Notorious, I mean, as far as, like, internal rhyme scheme...
Just fucking like, great.
And just, like, 2 full albums.
Mariah Carey, she's scary.
Incredible. True.
The most basic rhyme in the world, and it fucking works. Yeah. It really does.
I'm just gonna go with favorites. Current favorites. I would say, definitely Run the Jewels, Kendrick Lamar, because they both put out like 2 of the best albums this year.
Yeah.
And just overall career is awesome. Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Definitely. I said off mic I saw Jay-Z live, and that like really just changed. It didn't just change how I felt about Jay-Z, it kind of changed how I always enjoyed hip hop.
Yeah.
It really gave me like a new appreciation for like what an MC can accomplish in a live setting.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you'd asked me 2 years ago, I would have said Azealia Banks.
And then the shit happened.
She has a brain? Question mark.
It's its own thing.
I don't know. I don't know that I have like 5
go-tos
that have like careers that are good enough. Like I have rap artists that I enjoy, but they're not like...
Although one of my favorite things, because we did a lot of research going into this week, Taran discovering Illmatic was just amazing, too. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty incredible.
And the thing is, like, Nas, like, since then, like, again, Nas, his kryptonite is beat picking. But also, it's weird because before going into this week, I just posted on my Facebook, I'm like, guys, top 5 MCs, go. And of course, me, the Oprah thing of, like, you train people how to treat you. So, like, top 5 MCs, then people like McDonald's, or, like, Michael Caine, or, other things like, fuck all of you, I was asking a real question.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that came up, and especially once we started specifying it, pre-Scissor era Lil Wayne. Yes. When Lil Wayne was on, I will listen to fucking 6 foot, 7 foot any goddamn day of the week because that is like constantly
it just keeps going.
Black and white diamonds, fuck segregation. Like, oh my god, man.
Lil Wayne for a stretch
for like 4 years
was the biggest and best thing known in hip hop.
It was like every single guest verse and
just,
every single album track was just next level.
He was on point all around.
His albums got fucking weird. The song "I Feel Like Dying" is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah,
I remember when I first. Oh my god,
I fucking love that song.
That's the first month I met my wife when that song came out, and I just remember listening to it with her, and it was just like, this is a weird fucking song, but I like the song, like, and then just like every verse, like, and actually, you can tell just how impactful he was during those times, because if you look at like the Drakes, you know, the Big Sean's, the Kendrick Lamar's, you can tell that like when Lil Wayne was hot prior to that, it was the ATL Snap era and things like that, and Houston was kind of taking over. Lyricism wasn't at the forefront, and if you were coming from the South, no one was expecting that kind of lyricism. I don't know what happened to Lil Wayne. Some speculate that it was.
Well, he decided he wanted to go into rock music. Let's not.
Right.
Let's not talk about the downfall just yet. Let's not talk about downfall just yet. But like from the Carter 1 to the Carter 2, something just clicked in his brain, and I mean, some people say that because around that time he started going to college and things like that, so his mind changed, and his lyricism game stepped up from wobbly wobbly to I'm literally the greatest rapper alive. And you couldn't debate it. He would take everyone's beats and destroy them. Apologies to Jay-Z, but I can't even listen to Show Me What You Got because I need to listen to Lil Wayne's version.
Who cares about Show Me What You Got? It's one of his worst songs.
Yeah, like
40 is the new 30? Fuck off. No, we're not giving you that, Jay-Z. I'm sorry.
And so, like, he was just the most consistent and versatile and fucking amazing rapper at that time. And it influenced the next batch of rappers, which are Drake's and Kendrick's and things like that, because lyricism was at the forefront. Because he's being as lyrical and dope as an MC, and he's selling 1 million first week. Yeah. So it's like, but after that, when the guitar started happening, him talking about his leather and
Although, actually, I realized I made a mistake on my top 5 MCs list. The top 5 MCs actually are Dylan.
You know what? And I remember seeing your post. I remember seeing your post, and I was like, if someone doesn't put that
on there,
all of his friends failed. But sure enough, it took like 2 comments, and it was just, there goes my Dylan. Because someone has to say that every time you put up a top 5 list.
How can you not?
How
can you not? Right. All right, well, guys, listen. Wait.
I just want to say, I'll add peak era Lil Wayne to my list.
Okay.
And just current favorites. I'm going to say Ice Cube. Because I listened to 4 Ice Cube solo albums this week, as well as both NWA albums, even though I know he's not on the second one. But still, as far as people doing it at that time, like, he was on a completely different level.
People are asleep on Ice Cube.
Yeah, and now he's a fucking actor.
His flow is still...
It's so like, aggressive!
Well, and it's still... I feel like his delivery is still straddling old and new school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't fully transition into what the modern flow and what that, like, melodic delivery is.
It has that old...
That, like, I'm saying words kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's still a little bit in that, but, like, lyrically.
Yeah, lyrically and just the inflection of his voice.
Like, he... Even though he is still straddling that line, like, he pushed hip-hop forward so much.
Yeah, and Kendrick even cited that's a big inspiration for him as well because of that. Like,
actually, my number 6 MC of all time, I'm not sure if you remember Big and Rich, the country duo behind Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. There's an associate that they brought on, Cowboy Troy. At one point, he specialized in a genre called hick-hop.
Oh,
and his second and I wish I was making this shit up, but his second album legitimately was called Black in the Saddle.
Oh my god!
So just in terms of great quality, Taran hates me so much that I even brought this up during this episode right now. I want people to know
you just traced Kendrick. Talking about top 5 MCs, that's okay. Cowboy Troy.
Yeah. So, but listen, I want y'all to do us a favor. Legitimately, get onto our Facebook page, facebook.com/thechartographers, and put your top 5 MCs on there. Because when I did my post, it was a fascinating list to see how people kind of broke shit down. Mm-hmm. I want to see what you got to say. I know you got something to say. And in the meantime...
And maybe you'll influence the artists we do in later episodes.
FYI, if you want to be an influencer, or if you want to pay to be an influencer, that's $80 a month to be a Chartographer's influencer, but you get saved. me in terms of one phrase I'm going to say during the podcast. You know that. And as the one for this episode is Baba Booey. So there we go. It's done. It's settled. I hope you're happy, Stephen. Most importantly, though, Shannon, thank you so much for being here.
This was... Yeah. I had a great time. Thank you guys for having me. This was pretty fun. I'm definitely interested to hear the feedback and the discussions that arrive from this part. Even our top fives and episodes. So thank you guys.
I want to know those best and worst Kendrick verses.
Yeah.
Taran, as always.
This was a blast.
Yeah.
This was so great. It was crazy how much my opinions changed during it. And are still changing.
Right.
Like, that's the thing. I think more than any other artist we've done, I'm not sick of Kendrick Lamar.
I'm not going to be sick of Kendrick for a while.
Yeah. I'm going to get all his fucking K.Dot mixtapes, and I want to, get deep into it, and,
You're going to find some stuff on there, you're going to be like, oh, really? I'm telling you now, you're definitely going to find some stuff that's going to make you laugh, but it's
I know.
It's going to amaze you,
He was 16 when the first one came out. I understand that it's not all going to be great.
Yeah, but it's a good reflection. You're going to enjoy that so much.
All right. And in the meantime, guys, don't forget, rate us on the iTunes. Give us, a rap verse or something on there and a review. I'd appreciate it. Rate us there. Find us on Stitcher, on all the places. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on listening. You know that we'll be. See you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.